All right, so good evening. Happy Wednesday. My name is Dr. Kitiana Lowe. I'm the Director of Programs and Events here at WEBEC ORV, and we are excited to welcome you all to our session this evening, Woman of Color, Why Should I Get Certified? And so this is going to be a really dynamic, I'm hoping dynamic webinar, but for those of you who are not certified, this will give you a chance to kind of learn the behind the scenes all about almost all things certification. Not all things certification. There's a separate webinar for that. That's led by our certification team. But you will have the opportunity to hear from our chair of our Women of Color Committee, as well as we have a special guest speaker who will be sharing about her experience as a certified WBE. But before we jump into that, my Zoom is trying to crash. Give me just a second. Let's hope it doesn't. Did the screen advance for you all?
No, it still says.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
Oops.
It went away.
That's because I stopped sharing. Sorry. Apparently my computer says it's late in the evening. It said, why are we working, ma'am? Why are we working? We are doing this because we know that, and that's one of the reasons why we did this, is because we know that there are WBEs, women business owners who do not have the, may not have the freedom and flexibility to take away during the day. And so we wanted to provide the opportunity to share about WEBEC ORV and our certification that we offer, even though we were doing something in the little bit later in the afternoon or in the early evening. So I am going to hope that this keeps going. I've lost my screen of seeing all of you, but that's okay. So I always like to start by introducing our team. Our COO is Dr. Frederica Singletary. Our fractional CFO is Jackie Jordan. Our Senior Director of Marketing, Communications, and Engagement is Courtney Martin. You will all become very familiar with our certification team led by our Director of Certification and Outreach, Colleen Rudisill, and our Certification Manager, Robbie Moore. And then we round out our team with our admin team, which is our Executive Assistant to the CEO is Jency Smith, and our Administrative Assistant is Morgan McDonald. And so we are a mighty team that work diligently to put together all things certification for you all, as well as programs and events. And Lamonda, who is the chair of our Women of Color Committee, is going to share about our agenda. I'm hoping that you all can see that on the screen.
Yes, we can. Thank you, Dr. K. Again, I am Lamonda, owner and CEO of LCD Agency Services and the proud chair of the Women of Color Committee, who is putting on this webinar for you guys. So tonight, I'm used to saying today, it's evening. Tonight's agenda will be short and sweet. We'll talk about WeBank at WeBEC and WeBank ORV. What is a WBE and WBE and WOSB eligibility? We'll also go over the benefits of certification. We also have a presenter, Mrs. Marlene Purdy. And we'll talk about some process and the costs, some tips and next steps, and then our upcoming events.
All right, so getting started, sharing a little bit about WeBank. So WeBank ORV is one of 14 RPOs or chapters of the larger WeBank network. WeBank is one of the largest certifying bodies, or excuse me, the largest certifying body of women business owners. And so as you can see on the map here, we are Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. And then, but there are several RPOs throughout the whole, throughout all of the United States. One of the other really great things about being a part of WeBank ORV is that just because you live within WeBank ORV territory does not mean that you can only do business in that area. You have the ability to attend events throughout the United States. You have the ability to work with corporate partners throughout the United States. So we have over 20,000 certified WBEs, and we have over 550 different corporate members nationally that you would have the opportunity to potentially do business with. And then, like I said, we are WeBEC ORV. So we are the RPO that handles Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. Our vision is to be the premier resource for women-owned business development. Our mission is to lead through an innovative, collaborative, and engaging group of corporates, government, WBEs, and advocates. We are a catalyst for growth and sustainability by adding more corporate partners and WBEs in Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. We provide certification, as I mentioned. We provide business development and training. We do networking, and we also have matchmaking. And then here within WeBEC ORV, we have over 1,100 certified WBEs and over 80 corporate members. Lamonda?
Oh, it's just me.
Yep.
Well, it's me. Okay. So what is a WBE? So a WBE is a women's business enterprise, commonly referred to as a WBE. WBE refers to the business, not the individual. I really want you guys to soak all of that in. The certification eligibility, I know it looks like a lot, but once you get to going, it's really, it's steps, right? It's just kind of one thing after another. So I'm not going to bore you guys with going through all of these steps, but just know that it's not as intimidating as it looks. No size, industry, or length of time in business is required. So I want you guys to soak that in as well. I know anxiety kicks in. Sometimes you're like, oh, do I have to be a certain size or make a certain amount of money? That is not part of the part of the requirements for certification.
Correct. I also want to make sure that I point out this piece here. So your business does have to be 51% owned, operated, and managed or controlled by a woman or by a team of women. But like Lamonda said, that oftentimes in order to be certified, you have to have been in business 3 years or 5 years or however many years. But with WeBank and with the WeBank ORV, we do not require that. So you could have started your business yesterday, and today you're like, you know what, girl, I need to get certified. And so you definitely can go ahead and jump right in with that certification process.
So certification benefits. So once you are certified, you will have access to supplier diversity and procurement executives. WeBank Link 2.0. I always get this so mixed up. I had to ask Dr. K earlier today. So the WeBank 2.0 is a platform that you will use to actually complete your application. You can also use it to search for other WBEs, and corporates also use it to search for other WBEs to fill certain needs that they may have. So very important link. You'll have access to formal and informal opportunities to pursue business, like our WBE Connects, if any of you have attended any of those, access to networking events and programs, and then eligibility for regional and national awards and recognition.
Sorry, I didn't realize there were a couple more down there.
Yep, here we go. You'll also have use of the women-owned logo and the Women's Business Enterprise seal. And I just want to say a little bit about this. So I've noticed now, I've been certified a while, but now that, since I've been certified, I look on certain products for the seal. And this past weekend, when I was in Chicago, I was buying an adult beverage, and it had the women-owned business seal on it. And I got so excited that I bought 2 more just because, it was women-owned. And I know that there are other WBEs who do the same. So just having that logo or that seal alone is huge. You'll have community support from other female business owners and like-minded professionals. I want to speak to this also a little bit. I always say I've never been a part of an organization where it seems like every woman wants to help you or do business with you in some form or fashion. And if they can't do business with you, they are always thinking of ways or connecting you with someone that you can do business with. And again, that to me, that's priceless. And then we have an MOU with the state of Ohio. And Dr. K, you may have to help me with this, but a memorandum of understanding with the state of Ohio means that they recognize our WBE certification with WEBEC. And so, and I don't know if this part is true, but I don't think that it's necessary at that point to also apply for the state of Ohio WBE. Is that correct, Dr. K?
Right. So what this MOU does is it allows you to fast track through the Ohio certification process because there are some commonalities between what we require and what the state of Ohio requires. And so because of the fact that we have that MOU, it will help you with moving through that process a lot faster.
And I just want to say, I know I'm a little biased, but we offer more benefits with our WBE WEBEC. Sorry.
We do.
Good. So we've come to the presenter portion of this webinar. I would love to introduce to you Ms. Marlene Purdy, who is the owner and president of Purdy Cleaning. She is here tonight to share with us her experience being a WBE and also kind of take us through her journey and share with us how she's leveraged her certification to gain business. So I'll turn it over to Miss Marlene.
Thank you, Miss Lamonda.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you guys showed up the way you did. I didn't dress up or anything either. They said this is going to be a keep it real conversation, so let's do that. First, I want to start off with saying, where them bands at? Where them bands at? So that's why that was on there.
I love it.
All right. So, in all honesty, that phrase may sound like it's a playful phrase, but it's real because when you see something that works for you and empowers you, you become a fan. So that's where I got that from. I wanted to start off with something, release the tension, all that talk about the WBE. It is all that, by the way, but anyway. So by the end of this conversation, if you're not a fan, you will be a fan. There's a lot to offer. There's a lot to be offered. And I'm talking to you guys as if I'm the person that saw this ad like you probably saw or been somewhere and keep hearing about this WBE stuff. I'm gonna give it to you real, the way I went through it. When I decided to go through it to get certified, there were other certifications too. Me being the person that I am, I'm gonna get this done. I went ahead and did all of them at one time. Worst thing you can do. Because when you do one, you start off with that WBE, you're gonna stop at a point because you don't have some, you're gonna start the other one. Long story short, I would not recommend that. Just start off with WBE. That's your woman. That's the one that's going to be more recognized out here. And believe it or not, when you go into some of these customer sites and or connect with them, they will ask you, "Are you certified?"
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking for that WBE. The other thing, Weeby Corp turned out to be a game changer for me and my business. Let me tell you why I became certified and what it's done for Purdy Cleaning. One, I started off with the application and stuff. It's all online. It's real easy. It tells you ahead of time the things that you will need. You'll be like, oh, I got that. Guarantee you're going to miss something. So take your time, look for the information that you actually need. That's going to be your It's going to be your profit and loss and things of that nature, financial stuff. Yeah, they get all down into it. But they wanted to make sure that you're able to survive out here and that this certificate will help you along. So I would definitely recommend it. I wanted to be in the room. I wanted to access these corporations and build relationships and trust. Well, I was literally out there knocking on doors because I'm going to get some business. And I did that for 9 years. Finally, I met up with a friend. And I guess he just wanted to know if I was really going to stick into this and want to do it. And he says, let me tell you what you need to do. And this is a guy. So he told me the first one, Weeby Corp, get certified as a WBE. So that's what I started off with. Of course, when I got out to looking for certifications, I saw everything. So I thought I'm going to go for everything. Well, again, only start off with that WBE for now. All right. Things about my company, who I am. commercial cleaner that serves offices, medical facilities, industrial space, construction, cleans, and final cleans. Getting back to the friend, once I got introduced to this, I started going out and as you'll hear it as doing connections. Okay, Weeby Corp is really, really, really good at sending emails. If you're not on their email list, get signed up because they will send notifications that we are hosting this. Those connects that you heard Lamonda talking about, that's good. That starts right. Matter of fact, that if I were you, if it's your first one, go to one of the connects first. It's a smaller version of people, a little more like a house party, but a house connect.
I like that.
And you can get to know people more on a one-to-one basis and then move to your next. When you go out there and you're at the place, like there was just the Cincinnati small business thing downtown. That was a lot of people. There's about 1,000 people there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've been to a few of them, so I was familiar with a lot more people. But when I first went to one, I was like, oh my God, what do? You know, you walk up, hi, hi. Well, I quickly got out of that because that is your audience right there that you need to connect with. I don't care if you walk up, stick your hand out and say, hi, I'm ABC with BBE Cleaning. They're gonna say, oh, nice to meet you. Your follow-up. And what is it that what is your profession? Or they'll say, well, I work for P&G, or I'm the buyer of services for P&G. Oh, inside I went, ding, 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 ding. But you can't rush into it. You got to play along with it. Say, oh, okay, very nice. You know, I'd like to leave my card with you, and hopefully we can have some time, maybe go out for a cup of coffee. And I'd like to talk to you in regards to what you're looking for. Always start off with what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll see your card and they say, oh, okay, so you have commercial cleaning services. Yeah, actually, we've just had some construction done and we're going to pay for ourselves. Now you open that door. Is it going to work out like that each time? No. How many cards did I give out before I got that to that point of somebody finally? A lot. So print your cards, whatever way you got to. But before you leave that room, and when I say make sure you touch hands or speak to everybody in that room, if you don't, that's your loss. Because I'm going to tell you an example that did happen to me. So I go to this event. It was in Dayton. And nowhere to sit. I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. That's a seat between two men. I said, excuse me, is the seat taken? They both looked at me and they said, it's yours. You want to? Oh, thank you. I sat down. The other guys kept talking to the guy and he walked off. So me and this guy said, hi, I'm Marlene Purdy, blah, blah, blah. Well, he was one of the, I'm not going to name it, but one of the well-known hospitals. Now, just because it was in Dayton don't mean that it was Dayton. I'm not referring to that. But I'm sitting right there with the person I came to hope to meet. What are your chances? I'm containing myself and I said, oh, nice to meet you. Where'd you get the coffee? You want some more coffee? I'm going away. So I go, oh my God, what else do I say now? What I say? Okay, so I came back and I pulled it off. We exchanged information. We ended up meeting later at the hospital, had a cup of coffee. We talked. It took probably 7 or 8 months. You can't think that because you made connection, it's going to happen. When they tell you, you're going to hear people say this to you all the time. It takes time. Okay, so I got them 1 year and I was like, oh, how much time does it take? Believe me, trust the process. You're going to hear that a lot. It will work for you. Do not throw yourself at them. Do not act like you are needy. You got to have this. I can't pay my lights tomorrow. Play the game. Keep it cool and it will work out. But that one is one seed you planted. Now you go to other ones. You keep doing that and all of a sudden your phone rings and you want to go, oh, but you're like, yes, this is Marlene, and then you talk to them, they set something up and that's the way things go. So I got a little off track there, but I wanted to share that with you guys so that you knew when you go out there, literally touch all hands, speak to everybody. You never know who that person is in the room. All right. So I started this business off 12 years ago. What began as a thought has grown into a company known as a reliable and eco-friendly practice and high standards. Yep, people saw me as, who is this lady want to come clean? No, I'm not that lady. I'm that lady. Okay, so yes, I want to clean. I don't mind. I'm gonna, for what I do, and I'll say it like this: I want to play in your toilets and I want to play in your trash.
Now, Marlene, wait a minute. Let me put my camera on. Now, wait a minute now.
Who is this? Hi, Lucretia. Hey,
Stop that.
as I
I'm
said,
sorry. I had to
this
stop. That was good.
this I
You said,
told
I'm
y'all.
that woman.
I did. I sent my last email out yesterday and it said, "Are you ready?" I gave you warning. Gave you warning. So anyway, but even with all of that, I knew I needed more exposure and access to partnerships that I had envisioned. My envision was I'm not going to be cleaning for, I don't, no, let me rephrase that. Any cleaning is good as long as the money is right. And the services that I bring, I know that's going to be on point because I literally go to each of my customers at least 2 to 3 times a week. My customer base is not just that customer that I got the contract with, it is the people inside of that company. How are you? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm Marlene. Blah, blah. They get to know you. Now it's, hi, Miss Marlene. Hi. You know, it became like a, I don't want to call it a family. Y'all know it ain't no family, but they get to know you. Okay, so why I got certified? As a woman business owner, the importance, I wanted to be in the room. I didn't want to go knocking on them doors anymore. Y'all try knocking on doors nowadays. They got this little square box. You walk in, you pull the door open, and you're standing there with either a phone or a doorbell. Talking about look on here for who you want. Ain't nothing on there says if you want somebody to find out who does the cleaning, hit this number. So me, what do? My background is accounting. I said, accounts payables. They're gonna pay them bills. They know who do the cleaning. So that's who I ding donged. And of course, you'll get blocked sometimes. Sometimes you'll get a name. And immediately I come back and start looking on the internet, trying to find out what I can, get the names, and try to get an email address or something to send a lighthearted hello and see if you get some feed from that. So that's what I spent 9 of the years doing. Once at the 9th year, I guess I had wore everybody out because I walked some grounds. I got me some Hoka, I guess is what it's called, gym shoes. If you ain't on to, get on to them. And I hit the ground. So 9 years, I guess there's like, wait a minute, didn't she just come? Okay. So I met up with my friend and he told me about the certifications and WEB Corp and stuff like that. So I built relationships with supplier diversity reps and I gained credibility when talking to larger clients. That one being the large, I'm gonna keep using that as an example, hospital. I didn't know who I was talking to, but that person didn't speak like, "Hi, I'm with P&G," and intimidate me. He was just like, he said, "Oh my goodness, you are exactly who I came here to meet." I was shocked. I was, but it built up my confidence to be able to speak to him. They don't know that you scared chicken in your boots. So don't let them know. Just play it cool and don't let that inner energy of you that want to just jump all over them, please. Don't let it out. Just keep cool and keep talking to them. Things will come around. So that pretty much helped me validate Pretty Cleaning's excellence on a bigger stage. So now I don't feel so intimidated. I walk in and literally, okay, we keeping it real. And anybody that knows me knows that this is not me. But I had to bring on this type of aurora to me. I walk in the room and guess what? When I walk in the room, I want to make sure everybody know I'm there. They just see me. They coming over, hi Marlene, and or somebody else saw me. I saw them looking. I don't know who they are. They may come over, hi, how are you? Fine. I didn't know that was going to be my next customer. But if you come in and you're sort of like looking and going, hi, they see that, they sense that. So just let it go. Be your outer self or inner self, whoever you want to be, but bring it. When you go, don't waste your time there. Make something happen. All right, talking points. Certification isn't just for corporations, it's for you. It's a launch pad. That's getting your brand out there so that they know who you are. After a while, that room becomes people walking up to you that you're looking up to, like they already been up there talking before, and you're like, man, that's great. Man, I know he's been through a lot for that one. It turns it around and then all of a sudden you start walking in and people go, hey, Miss Purdy, I was just talking to so-and-so about you. I said, oh, okay. I was in my head, I was thinking, who was you talking to? And what was you talking about? But I did not let them know that. And I just played it calm. And then finally I saw him and the lady that he was talking about. And he said, yeah, there she is. And then they both waved and I knew who it was. So they're becoming a little bit more familiar with me. This is that connecting part, that you're making relationships. You're not just out there for say that run up on them with a card and say, hey, here's my business, take it. I can be in there tomorrow cleaning your toilets and you're cleaning your trash. They want more than that. They want a relationship of some sort. They want to get to know you, know that you're in the game. You're here not to play. You're here because you want, this is where you're heading. You're taking your business to a different level. Whether you're early in your business or looking to scale, WeBeCorp can be the right doors. But in all honesty, you have to really step up your networking. If you're sitting from home talking about, I don't know why, I just can't find nobody. You ain't gonna find nobody. You got to go out there and find them so that they can learn about you. They start spreading the word about you. Other WeBeCorp members start to know you, and they're like, you know what? So-and-so was just saying that they didn't like that cleaning company. You should go over there and talk to them. Let me introduce you. So introductions happen. You get to know, different people. And again, it's not going to happen that day. But I have walked in and it has happened that day. But don't expect that. That's not the reality. Watch for events watch for the different events that pop up out here on the WeBeCorp. Help me out, y'all, on the WeBeCorp platform. Attend them. You think, man, I ain't going to
like our social media platforms.
Yes, thank you. Watch for those. It's raining. I don't feel like going today. You better go. You want your business. You want somebody, you think they're gonna come to your address where it's raining and find you? Ain't happening. All right, bring plenty of business cards. I don't care if you feel like I ain't giving one to him. He probably ain't. That could be the person you're looking for. They're playing the role right there. So give them the card. So go up here to Staples or wherever. It ain't that much. But make something that looks like reality. Now, if you putting your face on there and you're half dressed and this and that, you're gonna get that kind of response. So do something decent. If your body, face, and whatever's not on there, just make it reality. Go out online, look up some business cards that pertain to cleaning. Most people want to see or are used to seeing buckets, mops, brooms. Come on, everybody got that. Think out the box. Get something more original. Yeah, you can put a background of somebody cleaning or something like that, but just some helpful tips that help me out. So, in closing for me, I am going to say again, where them fans at? Whoa, I'm just kidding. Thank you for making the decision to spend your time with us online tonight. I appreciate you. Hopefully I've helped someone. Things that you will need if you're saying, well, I'm just now starting. Go out there on Ohio State, get your customer, your name of your business. Don't name it Buku's Cleaning. Come up with something original. I'm being real, y'all. Put something in it, like something that's gonna stick, that's gonna be around for 100 years. They ain't gonna know who Boo Boo is. 10 years ago, they up there talking about Kyle Boo Boo was cleaning. You know what I'm saying? So to put something on it, put some thought into this. Like, if you're gonna want your name on it, just use like mine. It wasn't intended, but my company name is Purdy Cleaning. And I went with Purdy Cleaning. So I'm just keeping it real. Anyway,
yes,
thank you all. And if you didn't know me, now you know.
You do know. You do now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marlene.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Let me say this about Marlene. First of all, I didn't know you were so darn funny. And when I first met you, you were so introverted. And it seems like over the past 4 months we've been seeing each other at networking events, and every single time it's like another little piece of you comes out, another little piece. And so I don't know who this Marlene Purdy is, but I like her. Oh, so thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
I really do appreciate it. If I could just do some piggyback off of some of the things you said, just so we make sure that we get it out there. The business card thing, yes, very, very important. Make sure you have those. Or there's an app out here called Blink. It's free. People can scan your business card and they can save it in their phone. Yes, be very creative about your name, but let's make sure that it's something like Marlene said that will be around, and it's professional. What else did I want to say? The relationship building that Marlene was talking about is very important. I know I've Miss Lucretia on here who could probably speak to that a little bit. I know that you were on a panel for the Bold and Brilliant event where there was corporate from Victoria's Secret, and I can't remember her name, and I should know it because I see her a million times, and don't tell
Chanel.
her I don't know her name.
Chanel.
I won't tell her. I won't tell
Don't
her.
tell her.
As long as she
Because I
doesn't see
know
this
she knows
recording.
my name, and she'd be like, Lamandi, you ain't know my name. And I'd be like, just kidding. But beautiful woman, right? With
Mhm.
Victoria's Secret. But she also spoke to that building the relationship part that Marlene spoke of, and not just running up to them and saying, here's my card, I want to do business and I can do it tomorrow, you know. So Lucretia, if you don't mind, if you could just take maybe 2 or 3 minutes and speak to how developing that relationship, especially with corporates, is very important.
Sure, absolutely. That was my strategy in the very beginning. At first, I had my MBE, and I wasn't taught how to use my certification. Being a member of WeBank Orv, I learned all the time how to maximize using my certification. And my number one thing is building a relationship. I never walk into a meeting or a networking event, conference, or whatever, thinking that, oh, I want to meet with so and so to do business with them. I initially want to meet with them just because I want to meet with them. And you learn so much more about the person when you have, that kind of authentic conversation. Because if you keep in mind, I remember one day Chanel told me that her inbox was like she had hundreds of emails from suppliers, business owners contacting her just to do business, and just trying for her to filter through all that. No one said hello, how you doing, can we meet? It's like, I want to do business, I want to do business, I want to do business. And it was a turnoff, and I can see how it would be. And so for me, my strategy has always been, it's going to happen naturally if you just start with a conversation. I met Marlene last year for the first time at Catch the Wave. She and I were waiting to talk to one of the suppliers there, and we instantly connected and had a whole blown conversation because somebody that was in front of me, I think, I was waiting for a long time, and they were hadn't gotten to me yet. And she and I have texted. She's like, "Hey, have you seen this opportunity? Have you seen this?" So that
Mhm.
B2B part of it, that's the jam. For real, for
Yes.
real. I think the
Mhm.
corporate is just the cream on the crop. But I think having, me doing an event with Zulink for Zuling last Friday, she
Mhm.
shouted my name out to over 200 people in the room to let me know I did the event. If,
Yes.
if I hadn't partnered with her, it would have happened. So to me, that's the secret sauce, is those authentic relationships you build B2B, and also being in the rooms with corporate and just starting with just a general conversation like the weather. It does not have to be, well, how do I get on the portal? How do I don't
Yes.
do it like that. If you want to do business with them, go to Backway. Find out what the portal is. Get access, get online, get access to what we have for WeBank Orv is able to us to see how do we access the portal? How do we, register our business? Don't do it with the supplier while they're there. That's just me. That's how it just has worked for me.
And another nugget, ladies, hear what Lucretia just said. Use your network, WBE.
Mhm.
You're going
Yes.
to these connections, you go, does anybody have a connect for? And
Mhm.
they can probably help you.
They
And
will help you.
They
They
will.
will.
okay, let me correct
And
that.
yeah,
Mhm.
they
They will
will.
help
Like
you and supply you with that.
just
But
Mhm.
last week, I emailed Lucretia. I was like, I need a realtor. We're expanding to Columbus. I don't know a lot about, and her and Bobia helped me out. So just having that network, like
Mhm.
otherwise,
yeah,
if I wasn't a part of this network, I wouldn't have that reach in Columbus because
Mhm.
I'm not from Columbus. So
Mhm.
those
Mhm.
opportunities, the B2B, like Lucretia said, business to business or WBE
Mhm.
to WBE are just priceless.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
So
Yeah. Just do it. I'm telling you.
yes,
This is
just do
good.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yes, this is
Do it.
good.
It's worth it.
Let
Yeah.
me share my screen again. I want to talk a little bit about the application process. We don't dive super, super deep into the application process in this session. There's another session that you can attend that's led by our certification team, and they go through like all the nuts and bolts and how to's and all that kind of stuff. But at a high level, the application process takes about 3 to 4 months to be able to complete from beginning to end. And so that also depends upon the complexity of the business that you have. But every year you do have to do a recertification. Now your recertification process is a whole lot easier from your initial application because there's only a couple of documents that you may need to send in order to be able to get recertified. But so initially they're going to determine if you're eligible. You want to compile all of your required documents. WeBank Link is going, or WeBank Link 2.0, excuse me, is what's going to tell you what documentation you need and things like that. You'll complete that online application in that portal. And then once that happens, then there's going to be a review and site visit. And so that site visit will be done either by one of our certification volunteers, or it could be from OROV staff member, or it could be from one of our certification team members. But either way, we'll do some type of a site visit will take place. Typically, those are done virtually, but depending upon your business, we may have the need to actually come and on site for that site visit. And then once that's completed, they make the determination in regards to your certification. And if you get accepted, obviously you're in. So once that site visit is completed, it's only going to take maybe about 30 days or so for you to get notification of that final decision. So it's not a huge or long process. I know it looks really, really simplified here, but the biggest piece though is compiling that required documentation. That's the part that takes the longest. When you've got that information and you're putting it in the report in the portal, and our certification team is reviewing it, and then they may have additional questions. One of the things I will say key is watch for emails from the certification team, because if you don't respond, obviously they can't complete the review, right? And eventually, if you don't respond, they're going to close out your application for lack of response, and you will have to start the process all over again. So that's just a little bit I wanted to share about the application process. And then always top of mind is how much does it cost? So depending upon the revenue of your business will depict how much your certification fee is. And so just to keep in mind, this is not a membership fee. We are not a membership-based organization. This is a certification fee. You are paying for the certification, that WeBank seal that all the ladies were talking about. That's what you're paying for. So if your business is under $1 million in revenue, then the cost for your certification is $350. And it goes up to, if you're 50 million plus, the cost is $1,250. So with all of the information that you submit and things like that, our certification team will help you to be able to determine what the price point is for you. And then the next steps, I would say, is honestly register for the next Becoming a Certified WBE webinar. The next one is on June 5th. When you get this link, this will be hyperlinked, and I'll also go ahead and just drop this link in the chat for you as well. That's the webinar that I was talking about before, that is led by our certification team, and they go into hugely into detail, not really step by step, but huge details about the certification process. And they can also answer any questions that you may have about the certification process. Keep in mind that our certification team cannot hold your hand and guide you through the whole entire process, because that just wouldn't be honest, right? We can't guide you through it and then at the end approve everybody or deny people. And then you're like, well, why didn't you tell me? But our certification team does a really great job of answering any questions that you may have, or putting you in contact with some of our other WBEs who may be able to assist you. There are, of course, some WBEs who offer this through their business as a service, to be able to assist people with certification process. So those are all different things that you can do. I did drop that link in the chat as well. And then obviously visit the WeBank site. So go to www.webank.com and dive deeper into the process and what the required documents are. So that website is going to be that national level organization. So they're going to have all of the information. You can also visit our website as well. And then also make sure that your bylaws and agreements support female control. If you've got something else going on and it's not quite, or it's going to be, you aren't quite sure, go ahead and get all those details worked out beforehand, because you know that is a requirement for your WeBank certification. And then just remember to be flexible when it comes to scheduling your site visits. And then remember that total process is going to take 3 or 4 months to complete. So it's about a quarter, right? So if you go ahead and start now, you know that you'll be finished by the time the next season comes around. And then apply, right? Apply, get approved, and join this amazing network of WBEs. I know we've got some that are on the call here today. We've got some other ones that weren't able to join, but 1,100 WBEs, 1,100 women that you have the potential to do business with, or who can even connect you with other folks who may be looking for the services that you offer. I'm so glad, Tiana. So glad that you registered.
Yes,
Looking
thank
forward
you,
to seeing you.
Tiana.
Yes, yes. So with that, I want to stop sharing. And does anybody have any questions at all? No questions? I see
I wanted to,
Tiana.
Dr. K, just touch on 3 or 4 things while you were speaking
sure.
about, what were you speaking about before? The application process. It kind of brought up some things. Just want to let you guys know it does get easier. I know you heard Dr. K say that, you'll have to recertify every year. And I know that kind of, you're like, oh, that mortifies me, but it does get easier. Once you've done it, you already have those things in place. The other thing is, you've heard this a million times, there are strength in numbers, right? Being the chair of the Women of Color Committee, I'm privy to the numbers, and I can tell you that we only have 158 women of color out of the 1,100 certified WEBs in our RPO. And it should not be that way. So that's why the Women of Color Committee is hosting these kind of webinars, because we need you. We need you to come in, all the industries to come in as women of color and show up. Our other counterparts are scaling their businesses to upwards of $3, $4, $5 million by doing business together. We need that for us. I'm not excluding anyone, but we need to be included in that number as well, so that we can scale our businesses to that level. And I can say the women of color that are, in our RPO, I do believe we do a pretty good job with doing business with each other. We're also, the Women of Color Committee is, and you let me know, Dr. K, if I'm jumping out of the box here, we are trying to put together a workshop to help you guys assist with gathering your information for certification, so it doesn't seem so overwhelming. So look out for that as well.
Perfect. There weren't any questions before. I want to make sure that there aren't any others now. And then also would like for you to take a moment, if you are not watching this or joining us via your phone, if you can take out your phone and scan this QR code and just fill out this brief survey for us. That helps me to be able to make any tweaks or changes that need to happen with these types of webinars. If you do happen to be joining from your phone, that's fine. When you receive the recording,
Thank
you
you,
will
Zara.
also, when you receive the recording, you will also receive a link to the survey. And so you can fill that survey out that time. I see, is it Zara, I believe, says that she just registered. So thank you so much for
Yes.
registering. We're
Awesome.
excited that
Thank
we were able
you.
to see you there.
Mhm.
And then while you're filling that out, LaMonda talked a little bit about the upcoming events and opportunities. So I want to provide her the opportunity to share some of those upcoming events with us again.
Yes, because I'm always skipping ahead, so you guys have to forgive me. So on June 3rd, we have another WBE Connect. This one is in Louisville. So if you can make it down there, I won't be able to make it to that one. I typically try to make it to all of them because I love the connections. I really do. So next one, June 3rd, Louisville. June 5th, becoming a certified WBE. That is the one Dr. K just spoke about. June 12th, newly certified WBE onboarding. I highly suggest that you attend this if you're in that process. And then June 10th, maximizing your WeBank certification. If you are certified already, I highly suggest this webinar as well. And then, I'm sorry, that was July 10th. I said June, sorry. July 15th is another WBE Connect in Lexington.
I did want to say too, ladies, when you do get certified and you're sitting there and you're happy and you're jumping off the chain because you got the certification, you did it. Just know while you're holding that piece of paper and thinking that is the stuff, if you don't get out here and connect, you can be saying, why did I do this? I just wasted that $350. Man, they said it was going to be this, it's going to be that. No, they didn't say that. Most of what you heard from me is getting out there and connect. You got to make that certificate work for you. Nobody knows you have it. That's your piece of gold you're holding on to. Unless you're going to put it on a nugget around your neck and wear it, sling it. I'm a WBE. Nobody going to know it. So I'm seriously saying to you, I know y'all laugh. I'm not trying to be funny. Get out there, shake some hands, smile, eat, get up from that table. Everybody got up because they done ate. I mean, they're sitting there and they chatting, get up, go on over there and because somebody else is standing up, maybe, hi. Don't waste your when you come to an event, all those people came to that event when the different companies and stuff, they came for this purpose. But if you don't utilize it, because I'm gonna be honest, I was feeling that way. I was sitting there like, I got all these certificates. I told them this, I got all the E's.
Yes, you did.
All the E's. Those are different certifications. I'm E'd to
Yeah.
death. But it took me and literally over a year, a little bit over a year before something finally worked out. But I did have other customers, so that helped me go on. But I can't urge you guys enough. Don't be that little fly on the wall. You better be a bee and come on out stinging and get to know some people. You might remember their name,
Yes.
but get that
Yeah.
card. And then when you see them the next
Yes.
time,
And
you walk up to them and you be like, "Hey, Fred, how are you?"
Mhm.
And they might be feeling, "Oh, she knew my name. She thought enough to just work it. Getting that certificate,
yeah,
that is, a big portion of it. I'm telling you, you're gonna get so discouraged and everything else. I did. I got to the last
I
part.
was just,
Go ahead, Lucretia. Sorry.
yeah,
I
I
was
was
gonna
just
say,
gonna
hold on.
say, oh, no, sorry,
I
go
was gonna
ahead.
say Tiana has her hand raised, and then I'll
Oh,
go.
sorry. I
Sorry,
can't see
Kiana.
that. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
That's my boo-boo
It's
kiss.
okay. It's okay. I was just gonna say that like I'm in the process of trying to get certified now with my WBE, and man, it is a process. And I'm just grateful for the women that advocate. So I'm very appreciative of this call tonight because I'm always inspired by Lucretia. Lucretia knows that she is my girl. So
I
I'm
call her
very
powerhouse.
okay.
Aw,
And talking about having all
I
the
love
E's.
y'all.
Yes. But I'm just always inspired by her light and
Mhm.
just excited because when you have strong women that's trying to push you so you can be better,
Yeah.
so you can come out stronger, because in life you do go through things and you're like, man, I'm doing all this work and nothing is happening. And I'm
Mhm.
just grateful and humble because I know that the more work you put into it, the better the outcome over time. So I really received that trust in the process. So thank you guys
Yeah.
for doing this. I'm excited and I definitely want to do it. So
Thank
Good.
you for that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead, Lucretia.
Oh, I was going to say, I know we talked a lot about certification and the benefits of it and the networking part, but also for me as a business owner, I learned a lot from other people, like listening to their stories, listening to the panel discussions, the keynote speaking. Catchaway Conference always have really, really good content. Like you better get you a seat because them sessions, those breakout sessions fill up real
They
quickly.
do.
But you learn so much. I'm like, I would have never thought that or heard that had I not been in this space. So
Mhm.
it's bigger than just the opportunity that will come with your certification. It's just being in the room with the education and the
Mhm.
content and the way of the world that's what's happening right now in DEI space. You need to be in these rooms knowing how to pivot and what decisions you need to make that's best for your business. Because you will look up and you'll be lost in the sauce if you don't know what's going on. And so
Yeah.
WeBank is really good in getting us cutting edge information from the government to what's happening in the city. Like, and I'm like, because I'm never in those rooms having those conversations. That's not my niche. But I count on them to educate me on what's happening in the city of Columbus or even the United States and what's happening in DEI space. So it's more than just the benefits of being certified, just being in the room, getting information that you would not normally get.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
so
Thank you for
very
that,
true.
Lucretia.
So very
Of
true.
course.
Yeah. And it's also a good segue to our last slide that we have. As you mentioned, catch the wave.
Yes.
So I pull that back up. Lamonda, do you want to not? Yeah, Lamonda, do you want to share about Catch the Wave?
Yes, I should be like the Catch the Wave cheerleader because like I got certified, not because I was voluntold by someone, but she told me to go to Catch the Wave, and that's where I fell in love with the whole WeBank organization. It was beyond getting a certification at that point. It's like Lucretia said, all the information that you get, the people that I was meeting, and the panelists, the keynote speakers. Had I not gone that some 7-8 years ago, I would have not been privy to any of that information. So if you've never been to a Catch the Wave, it is in Columbus, Cleveland this year. So if you can get there, save this date, carpool, catch a plane, I don't know, get there. That's all I'm going
Yes.
to say. Because it
Greyhound.
will change you. It will change you, and it will, yeah, it'll change you, and you'll be ready. You'll want to get certified like that day. I remember doing a video the same day that it was over, telling all my friends like, I just attended this conference. It was the bomb. You know, I'm just going on and on about it. But yeah, so this year it's in Cleveland. Please try to make it there.
Yes,
Yeah.
August 25th through the 27th. Registration will go live on June 2nd. So be watching our social medias. If you are signed up for the newsletter, you'll get blasts via newsletter as well. The seats are going to go like hotcakes. It's a really great opportunity to, if nothing else, be in the room with like-minded individuals who are all going through or have been through the same thing that you're going through as well. One of the things I will say about the WBEs that I've met since becoming involved with this organization is that, just like LaMonda and Lucretia and Marlene have said, like, they are all so willing to share information. It's not about like, oh, look at me, I've got this,
Nope.
and I'm at this level, I've got that level. I mean, you'll be having conversations with somebody and not even knowing who you're
Exactly.
talking to. And that goes for a lot of our corporates as well. It's not even
Mhm.
just our WBEs. Our
Yep.
corporates, the conversations that you can have with them. Lucretia talks about the relationship that she has now with Chanel Norton Lee from Victoria's Secret. They can chit chat almost like girlfriends when they see each other. And it's
Mhm.
not like, oh my gosh, you're the supplier diversity of Victoria's Secret. I don't know what to say to you. Like, girl, I love your outfit. Because if you know
Right.
Chanel's
Right.
outfit's going to come every single time.
Yes.
And if you know
goodness.
Lucretia, her outfit's going to come too.
Yes. I don't
The
know how
outfits
they
are coming
manage it.
together. Right. That's what I'm saying. Here I am with my little t-shirt.
Right.
You know, waiting to learn. I'm gonna sit at their feet. But it's a dynamic organization, and I don't say that because I work for the organization. It's a dynamic organization with some amazing WBEs, amazing women of color, who are all committed. Some of the women that are on this call today are members of the Women of Color Committee, and they're doing this because they're committed. They want to see other women of color,
Mhm.
not even just Black women, but other women of
All
color
women of color.
shine. All the
Mhm.
women of color, yes,
Mhm.
shine. So join us if you have not already registered for that certification webinar by our search team on June 5th. Get your application started. Jump in the process. Show up at the WB Connects if you can get to Kentucky, because that's where they're going next for the summer. Get to those. Those are for both certified and non-certified WBEs. Register for Catch the Wave. You can do that even if you're not certified yet. We have a lot of webinars and workshops that we do that are open to non-certified WBEs as well. We, of course, do have some that are exclusive for our WBEs. So even like our certified WBEs have the opportunity to have small group interactive conversations with our with some of our corporate members. Like today we had one with Eaton. There's going to be one next month with the City of Columbus. Those are things that are offered to our certified WBEs, but it's not offered to the non-certified WBEs. So that's another reason to get certified. So this has been really, really great. I thank you all for taking a little bit of time this evening, sharing with us. I look forward to seeing you at the next event, the next webinar. Make sure when you see us there, you see LaMonda, you see Lucretia, you see Marlene, you see myself. Hey, how you doing? I was on that call. Let's put a face with a name, and I look
Yes.
forward to seeing you all next time.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Right.
Bring your fan.
We needed you at the opening reception at
I
Bold
know.
and Brilliant.
Right.
Brilliant. Exactly.
Right.
Because we had our fans of Bold and Brilliant.
We did.
Right.
Yes.
Dr.
Thank you
K,
so
real
much,
quick,
ladies. You have a great
Dr. K,
evening. Yeah.
did you, was the one with Eaton recorded? I was in a meeting and I couldn't
Yes.
come.
Yep.
Okay, do y'all send that out? Y'all gonna send it out?
They'll be sent out. Probably be looking at the beginning of next week, probably.
That's
End of
cool.
the week,
Okay.
beginning of next week. But yeah, it's sent out to everybody that registered. So
Okay,
you'll get that
perfect.
one.
Okay.
If you don't see it next week, shoot me an email, let me know. You know where to find
Will
me.
do. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Good night,
Thank
ladies.
you.